What was the biggest challenge you needed to overcome in teaching?
Okay, so my biggest challenge that I had to overcome was definitely transferring the energy and passion that I have in life into something that's understandable by other people. So for me, I'm really excited about everything, but for non-native speakers, for English learners, that can turn into just a bunch of loud noises if I don't have direction. So for me, a humongous challenge was taming the energy and transforming it into something that people can actually learn from.
Reflecting on your course of teaching, what did you learn?
Oh goodness. So I learned a lot of things about teaching and about myself, definitely. Teaching teaches you and forces you to be completely comfortable in the uncomfortable. I know that there were definitely classes and questions that people would ask me about my classes that I was not prepared for, and instantaneously you have to have the answer. So teaching for me made me accept the fact that sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen, and it's okay to be that way.
How is Elebaires as a school?
I love Elebaires. I mean, now I'm actually currently working at Elebaires, so I took the TEFL course in September to get certified to teach English, and then I stuck around in Buenos Aires. I've been teaching online, teaching students around the city, and then I was in contact with Laura, and she said, hey, I don't know what you're doing in January, but if you want to help me teach this class in January, I'd love to have your help. And I, of course, overwhelmingly accepted because Elebaires this is my family here, and so I accepted the job for January. I worked with them, and she said, hey, I don't know what you're doing for the rest of the year, but if you want to stay, and I literally cut her off mid-sentence because, of course, I want to stay here.
Any funny stories while teaching?
Oh boy. Well, of course there are funny stories. So, not all of the stories are mine, though. And it's kind of about the relationship between the teachers and the students. And so it's really funny how different teachers are with their students and how funny students are. So I know one of our students really likes to say what she's thinking at the time that she's thinking it. She doesn't really like to wait for the opportunity. And so it's really funny because one of the classes that I observed, I was watching this student and she would just interject in the middle of classes with the right answer, but it was so funny because she was so passionate, and our teacher was from Pennsylvania, and she would say, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, in the middle of class, which was really funny. She's an amazing student. She still comes to this day, and we love having her.
Why do you want to teach English?
Oh boy, that's a good question. So, because I want to travel the world, and teaching English is the way to do that. Plus, I love making a difference in people's lives. I've had multiple internships in marketing and social media and other stuff that I could definitely use in a different avenue, but for me, I don't feel like I'm doing anything for anybody. Whereas when I teach English, I can directly see the impact I have. You know, I've had one of my students from my private lessons tell me that at work, her boss printed out her email, had her read the email to the class, and then afterwards stopped her and said, I just want to congratulate you because you're now proficient in English. And she told me this, and I of course got the chills and start tearing up, but it was amazing. You know, and that's the impact that you have as an English teacher. And that's what I want to do. That's why I'm here.
And why Buenos Aires?
Okay, so I came to Buenos Aires because I had studied and lived in Spain for a little while. I loved the culture. I loved everything that was going on, but I wanted a different adventure. So when I knew that I was going to teach English abroad, I began to ask everyone that I knew in Spain about South America. And I said, this is what I want to do. This is my plan. This is where I'm going. What do you think I should do? Where do you think I should go? And every single person that I asked said, you need to go to Buenos Aires. So I bought the ticket and I showed up. And it's amazing. I love the city.